SaLuSa, June 29, 2012. The hot topic that occupies most of you is the commencement of the arrests, so that you are in no doubt that the final days of the cabal have arrived. Needless to say, it will cause a sensation across the world and the media will have to respond. They will be inundated with calls asking for an explanation, and eventually even those that are conservative will be forced to give the true reasons for what is happening. There will be official announcements in the United States, and careful steps taken to ensure that people have the correct understanding of why the arrests are taking place. Doubt will exist until it becomes clear that the actions are in the interests of all people, by providing a scenario whereby they can be released from the hold of the dark ones. There will be deliberate disinformation circulated by those still under the control of the Illuminati, but we will make it clear that the military are involved as a backup for those making the arrests. They are not execution squads and will only use weapons if they or the marshals are attacked, in the course of their legitimate pursuits. The first real action now enables the next part of our plans to go forward, unimpeded by interference intended to delay progress. There will be a pressing need to set up a provisional government of representatives that have proved they are trustworthy and honest. Ones who have already been primed of their responsibilities to you the people. So at last our promises to you can be shown to be genuine and your rights will be restored. First things first, and when we are satisfied that no further dangers exist, we can go forging ahead with other aspects of our plan. You do not need to rub your eyes, as what you see and hear about is really happening, and is the light workers taking charge of your destiny. Even those of you who live outside of the United States are part of the plans, and the cleansing will spread across the world. It is after all a plan for everyone who is ready to ascend, but will naturally affect those who have other plans for their future. With freedom comes choice, and all of you will ultimately find yourselves exactly where you should be. In the distance there is of course the long-awaited contact with you through disclosure. With everything that is taking place, those personnel under oath of secrecy will be released from that responsibility, and free to tell you of their own experiences that support our existence. You know quite a lot already, but when it is made public, it will reach those who have not normally followed such matters, or in some cases are in a state of disbelief. There is clearly much work to be done to convince people we are not just your friends, but your family. However, we believe that our presence will soon be seen for what it is, and we will be welcome to land on your precious earth. We do of course need that contact to establish working groups to be part of the cleansing forces. All will happen in good time, but it will speed along once we get started, as there is much to do in just a few months. We sense that the excitement is growing at the thought of your liberation from the controlling powers, and your lives being lifted up into the light. The end times for this cycle were planned many eons ago, and in spite of any thoughts to the contrary, when you needed help it arrived. Our efforts and that of the spiritual hierarchy have guided you to this point in time, and now you are about to seize the wonderful opportunity to ascend. Deep down you always knew that your experiences would end in your return to the higher realms. It is where you came from and where you are entitled to be as beings of light. The lower dimensions are home to those who have become embroiled in the darkness that has pulled them down, but they have benefited from being around you even if they do not yet acknowledge the light. Understand that many souls who do not ascend have not necessarily failed to lift themselves up, but have planned their experiences in that way. So do not judge others who follow a different path to you, and allow for them to have the same choices as you have had to map your own destiny. Your freedom may be taken from you at times, but it will always be returned by divine right. Remember God and remember Mother Gaia, as both are like your parents. They have always been watching you and providing you with help. It has been given even if you have not known the source of it, and now it would be nice for you to acknowledge it and show your gratitude. A loving thought or prayer would bring even more love and light back to you, and that is the law of attraction working at its highest level. Dear ones, from here on the going will gradually get easier, and we will be by your side to ensure that having come this far you do not fail at the last moment. Of course there will be physical changes, but as the vibrations lift up, the extent of them will not be as severe as some perceived. There is no need for large-scale devastation to restore Mother Earth to her pristine condition. Whilst we must allow what needs to be done, we can assist Mother Earth, who certainly does not want her activities to cause undue harm to life. With adequate warning, people can move out of harm's way, and we will be there to help. We must not forget that the inner Earth beings are also waiting the call to surface, and they have so much to offer you. They are also your family from many thousands of years ago, and will delight in making contact with you again. You are of course a mixture of beings who are related to various star civilizations of mainly humanoid origin. These will come to Earth to meet their own, and you will have many uplifting meetings with them as old memories return. So you see that you are as much space beings as those who many view as different to yourselves. In any event, you are all one with the Source, so please treat others as yourself and be kind and considerate at all times. I am SaLuSa from Sirius, and so pleased you are nearing the end of the road of what has been a deep and lasting experience in duality. Thank you, SaLuSa.